Ladies and gentlemen, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Pleasant good evening to you. This is day 4 of the America's Netball Cup Qualifier 2018 here at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium. I am Anna Shepard, and here with me is Maureen Shepard. The game tonight is St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus St. Martin's. Starting for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines in a goal shooter position is Frederick. Goal attack is Sandy Stevenson, who is the captain. Wing attack, Deshaun. Center Samuel. Wing defense, Antone. Goal defense, Adams. And goalkeeper, Charles. Starting for St. Martin's is Maduro at goal shooter. Bloomfield at goal attack. Defront at wing attack. Watley at center. A wing defense, you have Franklin Seymour. At goal defense, Taylor Van Larzels. And the goalkeeper is Gums. The coach of the St. Vincent team is Gamus Nueth. And the coach for St. Martin's is Janet Leckman. The teams are meeting now, and they will, I guess, shake hands and wish each other a good game. And then we will have the start of the game.
And in case you've just joined us in this evening's game at 4 p.m., Trinidad and Tobago won from Canada 79 goals to 26, and Grenada against USA, Grenada 72, and the USA 39.
Listed among the Vincentian team is Kitty Francis, one of their most experienced players and who have been one of their players in the forefront of their success in the early years. St. Vincent has not played international since 2010, and they just opened their account here with a goal from Frederick.
You see both teams are playing steadily, and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team playing a very strong defense just now, and trying to get the ball into the goal third in a hurry.
Very beautiful there by Frederick. So the score is 2-0, and St. Vincent is on the attack. Long ball inside. Fredericks, and she scores. St. Martin center pass. St. Martin's having extreme trouble so far in getting the ball out of the center court. That was infringement there. St. Vincent on the attack. Long ball into Fredericks, and she scores. Fredericks' style of play is very, very, very similar to that of Skitty Francis. So I don't know if she's one of her mentors, but very similar to her. Only take the ball right underneath the pole. Looking for that high percentage shot. Even the shot is very similar to Skitty's. St. Martin's. Lucky there. Getting a second chance at the end of the transverse line. looking to penetrate into their goal third. Have a penalty. Good chance of scoring here. Very good chance. Looking to find that shooter. Back outside. Trying to find that shooter. Oh, how lucky. And attempt. So that was their first attempt at goal. First attempt and scoring it. St. Vincent style of play have not changed. But that long ball from this either mid goal third or in the center third into the goal shooter. And she scores. So Fredericks, so far 100%. To Maarten's. Trying to find the goal shooter. Having another attempt at goal. And she scores. Goal attack there, Bloomfield. Looking for someone. Finds the goal attack. Hold that space very well. Make it hard, very hard for our defenses to mark. 6-7-7-2. And all 7 goals scored by the goal shooter for St. Vincent Fredericks. So Maarten's will try at goal again. Penalty called. And their score. So far, so good for St. Maarten. They're 3 goals up. Nice. Holds our space very well. Fredericks. 100%. 8 goals so far. St. Maarten center pass. Taylor with the ball. St. Maarten's aimlessly trying very hard to get that ball in the goal circle. St. Vincent penalty inside. Long one inside. Lovely. Footwork looked a little fishy there, but she was quick on it. Very good on goal shooter Fredericks. I think she will be difficult to mark. She's going to give some defenses some trouble, Marie. She holds her space very well. St. Maarten's quite a little confused there on who to take the ball. But finding the goal attack. Goal shooter Maduro. Oh, with a long one from way downtown. Maduro. St. Vincent. Long ball into Fredericks. And this looks like it will be the pattern. Oh, she just missed that one, causing the contact. This looks like it will be the pattern for St. Vincent. A very long ball from outside. Looking to get this ball inside the circle. Oh, some contact was called there. Lucky there for Maduro, and she scores. So St. Martin's, team that got beaten last night by Barbados 110, doing pretty well here against St. Vincent. Don't know if it will continue. Offside there. Free through the center court. Lob along into the goal shooter Federates, and she scores. 11 goals. All scored by Federates. A long one in. Right on the line now. She's very good at that. She is good at that. That hook back in from outside shot. Very exciting. Looking. Losing the ball in the center third. St. Martin's. Federates. Federates is on a roll. We could call her Baby's Kitty. Good. St. Martin's. Good. Penalty in the center court. Looking to get the ball into the... Oh, penalty. They have a penalty shot or pass. Good for St. Martin's. And they score. 6 goals, 14-6. Doing quite well in this first quarter. Good balance. Yes, I have to put that bib on. Can be very dangerous if somebody land on it. And Federates had time to compose herself there and score. 15. And scoring all 15 of those goals. Long one into Federates. She's not going to take it from there. She loved that inside shot. Not going to take it from outside. Must have it from inside. And she scores. 16 goals. St. Vincent, long from right under the pole, and Federates scores. St. Martin's. Oh, it's way too high there. St. Martin is trying a double team on Federates. Trying to stop the ball from going directly to her. But obviously not playing it effective enough to stop her from getting the ball. Long ball in. Don't know if the coach from St. Martin is saying that that's it. The way that St. Vincent is going to get that ball into the circle. Ooh, yep. Footwork there. Way downtown. Long pass in. Federates is content to do this for 60 minutes. I know that. They're trying a double team. Goal attack. Came in and broke the double team. St. Maarten's anxiously trying to get that ball into their goal third. Have a penalty. Good interception there. Oh, contact call there on the goal shooter, Maduro. Double team is on. Goal shooter step right over it. Goal attack. Had our first attempt. Goal defense for St. Maarten's. Taylor. Hard working goal defense, Taylor. Bringing the ball all through midcourt. Penalty there given. No good. Good, at least St. Maarten is getting the St. Vincent to turn over the ball here. Finding it difficult to get the ball out to the center court. Hard working Taylor. Goal defense. Goal attack all the way down. Good goal shooter is going to try. Goal shooter is going to have an attempt. Oh, there. St. Vincent's ball. Contact call there. Goal shooter, Fredericks, and she scores. If you've just joined us, we're here at the Garfield Sobers Gymnasium in the fourth day of the America's World Cup Qualifier. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is taking on St. Maarten's. St. Maarten's ranked 32nd on the international ranking. St. Vincent have not played since 2010. Has not been ranked. So I think they will be looking for a ranking in this tournament. We are at the end of the first quarter with the scores are 23-6 to St. Vincent the Grenadines.
Yes, Anna, and I'm watching the St. Vincent strategy, which is that to get the ball to the shooters, and it's one of the only games so far where you find that they're actually looking in the circle from very early and taking advantage. And so there are not a lot of passes in the midcourt. It is like almost like 4 passes from the defensive circle into the goal circle.
A style of game that St. Vincent has played for years, you know.
Yeah. But what is impressive too is that they're not taking so many shots, so many passes in the midcourt. They're actually, and that's why like the key thing is that they're looking to the goal circle. And on the other hand, to when they've lost the ball, and a few times it is like they are on defense, and they've interceptions even in the defense third, the center third, wherever they're like ball hungry, they're going after all of the balls.
Yeah, my only problem here with is St. Vincent's style of play is if it will be adequate against a tougher team where the goal shooter might be equally in terms of ability, equally matched and they may not be allowed to feed the ball from so far out.
Yeah, the
So-
good thing is, well, they will play what they can when the opposition is light enough, and we'll see what kind of strategy that they do have when they come up against tougher opposition. So, it's always good, though, to take advantage when your opponent is not as strong as you are and go for it. But, I would think that their strategy would be when the competition is tougher, you make adjustments. So we may very well see a different type of strategy from St. Vincent in that case when they're playing like Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. I'm sure even Grenada to a lesser extent.
Yeah, they've played Grenada, and they started like that. Their strategy in terms of getting the ball, and the games were kind of balanced up to the third quarter.
Right.
But then Grenada take their goal shooter, which is called goal shooter, and move her to goalkeeper.
Right.
And the game, and Grenada blew out the game then because
Yes,
the
exactly.
strategy had to change,
Right.
and
That's what I'm saying.
they didn't change
they
the
have to
strategy.
change, in situations like that, But as it is here right now, the end of the first quarter is 23-6. And if we looked at tomorrow's games, we'll have at 4 p.m. Argentina versus USA. And at 6 p.m., St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus Barbados. Very interesting game. And the Grenada versus Trinidad and Tobago at 8 p.m. So there you are for the matches for tomorrow. And as the teams prepare to restart, they're going into the second quarter.
As the teams return to the court, St. Martin's had one change, and they've moved their goalkeeper. They have a new goalkeeper, Simpson. So Simpson has now been replaced by Charles.
And if you can quickly look at the first quarter statistics, Frederick from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 23 out from 24. And Sandy had one attempt, and she missed that one for St. Martin. Madura, 3 from 5. And Bloomfield, 3 from 3. The score being 23-6 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And we see a very good average here from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 23 from 25, while St. Martin took 6 from 8 attempts.
Just a little, a little water on the court, or dust being tidied up. And we should maybe perspiration. And you should see the game on its way, in a few. No one was there with water, so it would have to be perspiration from the players. This is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh no, St. Martin's. Oh, there are 2 changes, right? They have Lewis is now in the game. St. Vincent, but they continue with their long ball in to Fredericks. New center for St. Martin's. Violas. St. Vincent. Again. A long way into Fredericks, and Fredericks scores. Seem to be a little on the rush here. St. Vincent hustling things, looking for a big score into Frederick. Long one from way out in the center third. lovely interception here from goalkeeper for St. Martin's. Trying their best, trying hard to get that a penalty there. And she scores. So St. Martin's have added to their score after halftime. St. Vincent with a game plan. One, send the pass and into the circle. A long one in. Don't know what she was hearing there. She heard some whistle from somewhere far. Ah, she has a whistle in her ears. St. Martin's. Oh, lovely. Ooh. Lovely elevation there from Wing Defense for SUV. It's going to have a second chance at it. Some contact there called. Umpire from Trinidad and Tobago. And 8 goals, 28-8. Long ball over. No advantage used there. Long ball over to Fredericks. 1, 2, and into Fredericks. I guess this will be it. 1, 2, and into Fredericks. Desperately trying to get the ball out of the center third. St. Martin's. Ooh, she had that ball a little. Double team or no double team, it's going to Fredericks. 1 into Fredericks. Yes, St. Martin was very smart in their defense there, causing it the ball to go outside. Getting the back line throwing up the court. Trying to get it desperately out to the center court, into their goal third. And footwork. St. Martin's, St. Vincent and Grenadines. Goal shooter Fredericks coming out of the double team. Instead of waiting for the lob there, just stepping forward and getting it and making it look easy. Sent this throwaway to center pass. Misunderstanding there. Finding. Good. Looking at getting a little more patient there. St. Martin is on the double team with Fredericks. Easy. Be prepared to jump. St. Martin's goal attack. Good interception there by the goal defense for St. Vincent. Maria, I'm not quite sure of the age of this St. Vincent team. It looks young. What are your feelings? You know, it looks like a young team.
Yeah, I remember they were out for a little while too,
Yes.
so it might have been, developing.
Yeah, I think the majority of these players would have just played in the OECS under 23 tournament. I think where they I think they came second in that tournament to St. Lucia. Nice shot. You see that nice flick of the wrist there. Defense is no match for Fredericks in the circle in terms of elevation. She has a real good timing and good jump. There's a penalty there for St. Martin's, an attempt to get the ball towards their goal circle. Oh dear. Yeah, cameraman, I there, I had to look. Cameraman is slow.
I think at the moment that St. Vincent and Grenadines, the attacking team is overusing the overhead pass now, although they see that there's a change in defense. They're double teaming the goal shooter. And Frederick, but they're still trying to force the ball in the circle.
Yeah. So at times she steps out of the double team quite nicely, but as I said, they're programmed to put it there. It looks like. So that would be my concern when they have somebody that can shut it. St. Martin's coming through the center court pretty easy. Just to get the ball to their the shooters. Yeah, some changes there for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Have a new goal defense. With a new wing defense, and the wing defense replaces the new wing defense, and the wing defense now goes to goal defense. Yes, St. Vincent showing all their dominance here, especially in their goal circle. Penalty there. Good. Teammates telling her to make it count when she did. Easy interception. St. Vincent. Long one into goal shooter. And St. Vincent, 40 goals. Heading looking for a big score here. Saying that there are a lot of big scores handed out. In Trinidad today had a big score. So a lot of big scores are handed out, and St. Vincent don't want to be left out. So they're looking for a pretty big score here this evening against St. Martin's. Should they make it this time? So Maarten, a penalty given there. Penalty to the goal shooter. Goal attack. Long ball over to goal attack. Obstruction there call on the goalkeeper for St. Martin's, and Fredericks will have a tape. Shot short there, did not. Hands seem to be getting tired. No muscle memory. Turnover there on St. Martin's. Right in their goal circle. Good. Penalty given. And she scores. Fredericks scoring majority of the 41 goals for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The penalty given there to St. Martin's. Looking to get into their goal circle. Interception there. Penalty given there to St. Martin's, and goal shooter Madura, and she scores. St. Martin's at 11. Better defense there. Oh, it's a penalty given. Penalty given, so Frederick scores. St. Martin sent a pass. Penalty in center court. Looking for center, finds the goal attack. That's the end of the second quarter. 43 goals to 11. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and Grenadines on the hunt for a big score here tonight.
St. Martin 11. You may have noticed that a change of injury time was called for St. Vincent, and they changed the goal defense. Was replaced by Antoine, who moved from the wing defense to goal defense.
Yeah.
And James, she came on at the wing defense position.
Yes.
So it's the time for giveaways, and I'm going to find somebody in the audience to ask them one simple question, and you'll get a voucher for digital top-up, and you redeem it in one of the digital stores. You don't call
The game has restarted. Score is still 43-11. You see St. Vincent not making that long pass yet. They've lost it because you have two new shooters coming in for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Kitty Francis Crick at goal shooter and Shalisa Davis at goal attack. So that long overhead pass that they have been using from the center third to the goal third has been stopped, and now St. Maarten is in possession of the ball a lot more easy. It's easily done. And St. Vincent in the goal circle playing a man-to-man defense. St. Maarten is trying to place that overhead pass, and they're not successful because their shooters are much shorter than the Vincentian defenses. And they're trying the overhead pass, and it did go into Skitty Francis. That's her first goal for the evening. Again, they are continuing the overhead lob from the center third. It's a penalty against the goalkeeper, and St. Maarten is going to make their attempt at goal, and they made it good. That's their first goal. The game restarted a couple of minutes ago. And they continue to use that long pass, and Skitty Francis is about the same height as the goal defense from St. Maarten. And it was not a successful pass. So I think they have to, St. Vincent now has to work on whatever is plan B in order to continue how they had started in the beginning. Again, there's a little challenge to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team. As that ball went out of court. It's not as easy as it was in the first two quarters. St. Vincent playing a man-to-man game and slightly intercepted by the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper of St. Vincent and Grenadines being the tallest player in that circle, with the defense for St. Vincent and the attack for St. Maarten. Attempted interception again. St. Maarten's thrown the ball out, but unfortunately, Vincentian goalkeeper didn't have good balance, and that's something that they really need to work on when they go for the ball. That they're going in a way that they can land properly and then execute the pass successfully. Because over the tournament, we've been seeing some pretty good interceptions, but then the team loses the ball. It's not as clear for the Vincentian team right now, where the ball is going into the circle. There are some flaws in getting that ball over. Again, they tried that overhead to the goal shooter, Skitty Francis, and that is not as successful as it was with the other two shooters. It's not a good combination.
I've noticed that Skitty Francis is on court. This is the first time for the tournament she's taken the court.
St. Maarten is playing more safely than they were in the first two quarters, and they're patiently playing the ball around. But they did lost the ball to St. Vincent. St. Vincent They seem somehow to be crowding the center third right now. And there's another goal with them, but again, the ball is not going in as easily as it was before because the defense is better, and Skiddy Francis is now warming up because she's now taking the court for the first time. It was a lovely interception by St. Vincent and the Grenadines center, and the ball is going down slowly but surely. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines again need to pick back up that rhythm. They're again forcing that ball into the circle. You know, sometimes they're really looking to see when the teams will, you know, change the strategy if it's not working on court, rather than continue to make the error with plan A. And this is something St. Vincent has to work on if they're going to come out against Barbados tomorrow. And I expect that the overhead pass, because Barbados has some tallish defenses and ones who elevate very well. And again, you find St. Maarten just looking to play the same type of game that they were playing before, and sometimes the attacking players are on the other side and they're free to get the ball, but they're not looking towards the circle. Score is 48-16 at the moment.
This goal shooter for St. Martin's, the new goal shooter is playing much better than the previous goal shooter. She's opened up herself for the ball much more, and she's actually more accurate. I see that St. Vincent goal shooter, Skiddy Francis, is not playing her once upon the time style, where she would be jumping in the air. She's looking to getting the ball pushed into her from the side. I guess she's also heavily bandaged, so that could be one of the problems that she would be, you know, favoring her knee. Not as young as she used to be.
But on the other hand, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, their style and like I said, strategy A seems to be waiting for the lob overhead. But right now, Skiddy Francis is the same height as the goal defense. And that is making it difficult because they don't lob the ball. They're not lobbing the ball into the circle like a lob. They're making just a straight pass, overhead pass, trying to get it into the circle. And most of the time, the goal defense and the goalkeeper, they're positioned in front of the goal shooter, Skiddy Francis.
A new wing attack is in for St. Vincent.
There are too many errors here in the goal third of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines team, and they're losing a lot of balls, not accurate, you know, as it was before, because at the end of the second quarter is 43. St. Vincent has now scored 7 goals so far, and with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go, while St. Maarten has scored 7 goals.
Much more accurate shooter for St. Martin. double team is on double team is on. They're causing an infringement. Janice Lafront. Penalty there to SUV. Oh, misunderstanding there in terms of passing center to Skiddy Francis. So St. Martin's taking the ball through the court, through the midcourt. Very sharp passes. Sharp passes, trying to get the ball towards the shooters. Interception there by the center for St. Vincent. Foot infringement. Don't know who that ball was to, but long ball up in the Skiddy Francis. Yes. Yes. Break there, and St. Martin's with the ball. Finding the goal defense. Goal shooter. Good stop there by Skiddy Francis. And she scores. So St. Vincent moving along swiftly, looking for that massive score. Go to top with it. Over to Skiddy. And she scores. 54-19. St. Martin's hunting for that score. Yes. Goal attack. Some very sharp passes. Looking. Nice interception there from the goalkeeper for St. Vincent. Simpson. Free pass there at the edge of the circle. That's a case there of putting the team at a disadvantage.
And the game seemed to have got a little at a lower standard as compared to the beginning of the game. There are a lot of errors being made by both teams as they struggle to get the ball down to the specific goal circle.
Yes,
and seem to be having a challenge. And
that's when fatigue step in, that concentration goes, and those things happen. So far, I'm very impressed with the new goal shooter for St. Martin's.
And there have been several changes. St. Vincent and the Grenadines making.
Yes, there have been a lot of switching in and out.
About 6 changes they've made so far. And that's the
I guess
the
all
two.
of this is in preparation for the game against Barbados tomorrow. Try to make sure that everybody have a little bit of the bench. The bench have a little bit of court time. Some court time. End of the quarter.
Yes, and so far, like in that
54-20. I think St. Maarten have done very well in this quarter.
At the end of the third quarter, the score 54, Vincent The Grenadines 20, St. Maarten. We also noticed some injury changes being made during the quarter. For Vincent The Grenadines, Netball Stevenson, she went to the winning position. And then the second injury time called by St. Maarten, the first one, Charlie Bernard, she went to the defense. And the second injury time, Tyler Lewis, she went to the second.
Yes, we have started the fourth quarter. St. Vincent has made some changes, and St. Maarten has also made some changes. The experienced Skiddy Francis is now at goal attack, and Fredericks is back in the game. And I think they really miss her just now because the scores were St. Vincent scoring 11 goals to St. Martin's 9. So this is now St. Martin's taking the center pass. Long ball over to Fredericks from Francis. St. Vincent again, and have slowed down in the third quarter, but trying to pick the speed up here in terms of getting a big score. Bringing back their prolific goal scorer, Fredericks. Long ball from way in the center court to Fredericks, and she scores. There's St. Vincent scoring machine. No answer St. Martin's have for Fredericks. St. Martin desperately trying to get some more goals. Goal attack, trying very desperately to score. Oh, nice hold on and throw back from in the wrong hands. Oh, that is a long one. Too long for Fredericks. St. Martin's. Let's turn over now. Fredericks with the ball. And she scores. 61-20. St. Vincent on the hustle. Desperately looking for a big one here. Too high there from Francis. Way over Fredericks' head. St. Martin's. Goal shooter, a little frustrated. In by Fredericks. Fredericks. Turnover there. To Francis to Fredericks. And she scores. 63-20. St. Vincent on the hunt for a big score. Center pass and straight into goal. A lot of the fundamentals here, the footwork, been called for St. Martin's. From Francis to Fredericks. Long ball from Francis to Frederick. So obviously this is the game plan. Center pass and straight into Fredericks. Hard working Adams for St. Martin's. Taylor for St. Martin's. Hard working defense. Into Fredericks, who's stationed right there on the goal line. Not moving it out of there, no. Right on the goal line, Fredericks. Waiting for that lob. Remind me of netball in the 80s. Long ball into the circle. .68. St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the hunt for a big score here this evening at the America's Netball Qualifiers 2018 here in Barbados, where two teams will qualify for the World Championships in Liverpool in 2019. So far in the tournament, the three teams are unbeaten: Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Grenada are unbeaten. Fredericks. Penalty shot there for St. Martin's. Very unsure of what to do there, and penalty for over to the goal shooter, and she scores. She's been quite accurate her entry to the game. Yes. Good, nice inside pass from goal shooter to goal attack. I'm sure some obstruction will be called there. And she scores. Goal attack for St. Vincent. Sorry, for St. Martin's. Bloomfield. Bloomfield with the ball. Nice pass underneath. And she scored. Very, very good movement there between the goal shooter and the goal attack for St. Martin's. St. Martin's didn't even look. She know where to find that goal defense. St. Martin's still with the ball. Ooh. Straight through her hands. Long ball in. Frederick just know how to take it on the baseline. Long one over. Frederick just wait for it on the goal line. Nice elevation. Penalty. Yes, St. Martin's. Oh. Oh, lucky she got another chance at it. And she scores. 25. Long one. This time she didn't hold on to it. Fredericks. St. Martin's taking the ball. Long one into the goal third. Back took by Bloomfield. Goal attack. Defense out the circle. To Martins. She scores.
You see what the stats was showing here at the end of the third quarter, for example, that St. Vincent is consistent in their accuracy with 86%, where the St. Martin team scored 77%. But you know, when you look at percentages, people say how good they are shooting, but they have to look at the amount of attempts that they have. Because at the end of the third quarter, St. Martin had only had 26 attempts to St. Vincent's 65 attempts. And very noticeable is that the goal shooters are the ones who are taking all of the shots. So the goal attacks are hardly taking any attempts. Like the maximum for St. Martin would have been like 10 attempts in the third quarter. Whereas for St. Vincent, the goal attack is like taking an average of like 2 attempts for a quarter, which doesn't really help a lot when a team is under pressure like in the future.
The fort with the ball. She has been pretty accurate. It's a lot more accurate than the Madura, who was on for the first 2 quarters. But no answer for Fredericks. Don't seem to be anybody in the St. Martin team to stop her. Long, no, that you should hold that. Straight through your hands. Made that attempt, but couldn't hold on to it. Trying to get these few goals for the end of the game, which is now. And 78 goals to 27, St. Vincent. So this would be a fairly decent score for St. Vincent. St. Vincent in their first international tournament for a long time, since 2010. And showing a lot of energy out there on the court. But I'm seeing the same type of netball that St. Vincent was playing in 1980. I am still seeing. So there's no change. The game has evolved. And you're seeing more tactics and more strategy in the game. But in the case of St. Vincent, the game looks the same as they played a couple of years back when I was playing.
Yeah. But in the last quarter, 23 goals were scored by the St. Vincent team, 7. So 23-7 to St. Vincent in the final quarter. We'd just like to remind you that the games for tomorrow and at 4 p.m. Argentina versus USA. 6 p.m. St. Vincent and the Grenadines versus Barbados. 8 p.m. Grenada versus Trinidad and Tobago, which would be their very interesting teams goals for the schedule for tomorrow. And let's remind you of the scores for today. The first game, Canada versus Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago 79, Canada 26. The evening, 78 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and 27 to St. Maarten. So